Surprise, surprise, EA continues to be among the scummiest video game companies in the gaming industry. And while they have recently tried to give off the impression that they're trying to change, it's quickly become apparent that it's nothing but an act, a facade. On the one hand, they're trying to come off as if they've learned their lesson by making it a point to highlight how there won't be any loot boxes in Battlefield 5 or Anthem. But on the other hand, when it comes to their real cash cow, FIFA 19, they won't hesitate to express their desire to continue pushing forward with loot boxes. So vital is nickel and diming football fans worldwide to their business model that they'll even go as far as refusing to comply with Belgian gambling regulations and go to court in that pursuit. Now, as far as FIFA and Ultimate Team go, it's been hard to discern just how predatory its card packs were, in large part because for the longest time, the game's been hiding the odds of obtaining in-game items of various rarity behind the veil. But with FIFA 19, in light of all the controversy surrounding EA, and as government officials from around the world continue to encroach scummy monetization schemes, EA decided it was finally time to reveal the game's card pack's probabilities, and they're not so great. As you can see in this gameplay screenshot provided by news outlet Eurogamer, there is a 100% chance that card packs will net you the more common players, a 41% chance that they'll net more uncommon players, a 4.3% chance they'll net rarer players, and finally, for the most desirable loot box rewards, there is a less than 1% chance that you will earn them. It's worth noting that EA doesn't specify exactly what less than 1% means, leaving the possibility that we might be talking about a 0.5%, 0.1%, or a 0.01% probability. We don't know for sure since EA refuses to provide exact figures, likely to hide just how truly improbable it is to obtain the game's rarest items. What they're doing here is akin to how saying something costs $199.99 seems significantly cheaper than saying something costs $200. Similarly, saying that the chances are less than 1% doesn't seem quite as bad as saying the chances are 0.5%, 0.1%, or 0.01%. As for what exactly these super rare ones-to-watch players are, well, think of them as special versions of existing in-game items, akin to shiny versions of Pokémons versus their regular counterparts. But whereas shiny Pokémons are purely cosmetic in their influence, FIFA 19's ones-to-watch versions of players do grant a noticeable boost. As Eurogamer describes it, quote, "These ones-to-watch cards are sought after because they're dynamic. That is, they get a permanent ratings boost throughout the season whenever they perform well for their new clubs. So if Ronaldo goes on a tear and does well for Juventus, his overall rating may exceed the standard 94, which makes ones-to-watch Ronaldo better than standard Ronaldo." Currently, there are 23 ones-to-watch versions of player cards available, and the pool currently consists of some of the most high-profile football players in the world right now, so your Cristiano Ronaldos and whatnot. Each one of these ones-to-watch players has less than 1% chance of appearing as part of a loot box reward, and as if that wasn't egregious enough, there is a time limit to obtain all of these ones-to-watch player cards. As of the publishing of Eurogamer's article on September 29th, 2018, there are only 10 days left until these ones-to-watch players are rotated out, and keep in mind that the game launched a day prior on September 28th, 2018. With the odds of obtaining on-the-watch cards being so low, that leaves very little time for FIFA 19 players to earn enough card packs to collect even a fraction of these 23 special items via gameplay, let alone all of them. We are talking about having to play enough of the game to earn hundreds, if not thousands, of loot boxes for the chance of obtaining even one of these premium items in the span of 10 days. EA's strategy here is quite simple. By making it incredibly difficult or damn near impossible to obtain ones-to-watch items in the given limited time period, they are rushing players into purchasing card packs en masse so that they'll have a better chance of obtaining desired rewards before the time limit expires. It's bad enough that odds are so freaking low on a paid loot box system. That alone already paves the way to compulsive gambling. But this monetization scheme is made that much worse by how EA is driving the point that you have an unreasonable amount of days to collect Ultimate Team's most valuable and rarest items, all to give players a sense of haste and urgency and tempt them into spending cash on FIFA 19 slot machines while supplies last. Low odds of obtaining rare items and rewards in video games isn't a new concept, mind you. The chances of a wild shiny Pokemon appearing is like, what, 1 in 8,000, which is insane. But the thing is, aside from the fact that they are purely cosmetic in nature, Pokemon offers no means to pay real money and gamble for the chance of obtaining a shiny Pokemon, and there is no time limit to obtain them either. Players are allowed to take their sweet time with it. Unlike FIFA 19's once-to-watch cards, shiny Pokemons are there to be something that the most hardcore players can pursue as an endgame. They are there as a means to distinguish the most dedicated players rather than prey upon potential victims of gambling addiction. Once-to-watch cards, on the other hand, were meticulously designed to maximize monetary expenditure from players through psychological manipulation. As far as glorified gambling in video games go, yeah, there is no denying that FIFA 19 continues to be among the worst you can find in a AAA game release, right in line with some of the scummiest mobile games which employ similar tactics. This crap, ladies and gentlemen, is what EA is going so far out of their way to defend in Belgian court. This is what they're fighting and risking criminal prosecution for. I guess none of this should come as a big surprise at this point, given EA's entire business model now depends on swindling consumers. They have put most of their eggs in this one basket. Last time we checked, about 60% of the company's annual revenue came from live service purchases, and a huge portion of that came from just Ultimate Team. EA's bread and butter continues to be Ultimate Team card packs. The company's no longer in the business of making games, they're in the business of creating insidiously designed money-milking machines disguised as games, or digital casinos themed after popular franchises. All of this, by the way, comes in light of EA claiming not too long ago that they have developed a moral compass to guide all future game development moving forward. We all knew that reeked of bullshit, but there is no better proof of how full of shit the notorious publisher still is than FIFA 19. If this is what EA's moral compass looks like after all that's happened, if the best they can do is vaguely tell us that we have a less than 1% chance of obtaining the game's most desirable items within an unreasonable few days' time, if they honestly expect consumers to believe that this was all done in the service of so-called player choice, then God help this company. These are one man's thoughts and opinions anyway. I'd love to hear what your take is on all of this in the comments below. With that, I would like to end this news update. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy my content and would like to support this channel directly, consider donating on Patreon. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.